Alright, hello and welcome everyone to a type of video that I should probably do more often. This is a cosmetics review of a new set of items that have been added to Warframe's shop. And also some heads up on better ways to purchase some of these items because it can be confusing in the market. First and foremost, this is the new kind of everything bundle, the Noble Opal collection, which is an 805 cost bundle, which is pretty high. That being said, that pretty high cost is being kind of buffed out by some things you probably don't need, like these boosters, at, 50k kuva, 500,000 credits, and also 3 ribbons, all of which are really not adding any real value to this bundle, I think, and are not, something besides a resource more so than anything else, really. Other than that, though, it does contain all of the new cosmetic items, the Charming Snake Floof, the Hespar skin, the Sugatra, the Snake Sigil, the floof that goes with the Nua's skin, the new Boltor skin, the new Kavat armor, and the Heaven Stones ephemera as well, which you can easily preview here. And of course, the new emote that we have for the new year as well. With that, there is one item in here that cannot be purchased separately, and that is the Lunar Renewal theme, but there is a better way to purchase this. So all of the items in here besides this are purchasable individually. You can just individually purchase the floofs and all of these other skins and just piecemeal out what exactly you want. So if you don't care about the Kavat armor, you don't have to bundle it in with a bunch of stuff and get it anyway in order to get this Lunar Renewal theme. You will have to bundle in one way or another to get the Lunar Renewal theme because there are cheaper bundles that do contain this. So if we look here, both the Smoky Quartz bundle contains this, and the Fire Agate build bundle contains this. This is the cheapest bundle by far at 200. Oh no, sorry. This is the 295 bundle, but it does have an advantage over the 215 bundle. This bundle has the theme, but this is the only bundle that has the background that is also a part of the UI customization for you to get, although this is also separately purchasable. So there is some consideration for that. Overall, if you do really care about getting the Lunar Renewal theme, this is probably the best bundle overall to purchase, just considering just what it has as a whole in it, and also because I think that these dual sword skins are pretty sweet. But if we're talking about the new items, let's get into how those look visually so you can make an informed decision on if those are good or not. So, starting with our floofs, I just have those floating here. These just have all the usual like decorating stuff that you'd usually get. You can pick them up, you move them around, scale them up and down a bit. So if you want a large snake, you can have a large snake, and all of that good business. That's true of both of them, and they are pretty fun. I think the snake is a cute little guy, and that's really all it needs to be. So if you want those, there they are. Otherwise, for things that are, the actual weapons and warframes you're going to be using, we do have the new Mirage skin. This skin is not for me. I have a particular style when it comes to fashioning Mirage that I think I like much better, but it's fine, and I think it colors pretty well. You do look like you're going to be hate crimed by Dagoth and I think the names are the same for that too. But, it's a good coloring skin. It has like plenty of different customization options that I think are going to like look very nice depending on like what your style is. Removing the helmet on this and going with a different base helmet I think is fine, though some of them, particularly things like the Harlequin, kind of look weird on it. I would say like some of like the base helmets and stuff like kind of get the kind of weird thin neck look to it in my evaluation, but stuff like the Prime I think looks much better than you might expect on it as well. And this helmet I'm not really big on. But overall, it is a pretty good looking skin. It doesn't have any like huge color channel problems, like the metallic is the metallic channel you'd expect, and so on and so forth. Of course, while we're here, we should do the ephemera, which is the Heaven Stones ephemera. This is a neat one. I don't know if you're really going to want to be using these colors don't change, obviously, as we go through random color choices here. If you're wanting to use this kind of like rainbow setup, this might like look cool on like a citrine loadout. Or something where you have a particular energy color you need for other accessories and you want the rainbow effect. But I think it looks pretty nice. It's a fun ephemera, and of course it is only around whenever Lunar New Year rolls around, so you do have a limited time to get it. With that, we can move on to the Boltor skin. This one looks great. I think this looks actually phenomenal, and it's probably what I'll be using going forward on the Boltor, if I'm honest, even though it is not a Boltor Prime skin, just because I think this looks really nice. The one downside, of course, whenever we are talking about a skin for the Boltor, though, is this weapon does have an incarnate. So if you do have the incarnate, anytime you transform, it is going to remove this skin while it is in its transformed state. So that is something to consider, is that you will not just always be seeing this if you are using the incarnate Boltor, which also just so happens to be the only way the Boltor is particularly worth using right now. So while I do like it, that is a consideration not in its favor. Then we have the Hespar, which is a two-parter because we have the attachments first, which is the cord-made sugatra. If you are into sugatras, I think this is a cool one, like having like the little snake dangle. I think is like pretty fun. It's probably one of the better sugatras in the game, at least in my evaluation, and I think it looks really nice. But I generally do not use sugatras on basically anything, and I actually most of the time forget that they exist, and I'm usually reminded by a new one being added to the shop that, oh yeah, that is a customization option that I do technically have. So I don't know how many people are like me with that. Let me know in the comments if everyone feels that way. But yeah, sugatra is usually not for me. In terms of the Hespar skin itself, I think it looks pretty good. It's a little hard to see here because the Hespar is just so huge and the arsenal really wants to zoom in here, but we will do some random colors for it so you can get a feel for how the Hespar looks. And we can also just back out to here and you can see how the customization seems to be going. I'll do that one more again because it is just kind of an awkward one to be getting a good look at. Do another one just like this. I think it looks pretty good. It's a better looking Hespar. The Hespar, notably, is not in a phenomenal position though. We probably do really need like a Hespar Prime or just some kind of general improvement to this weapon type before it's really going to be used much. But it is a very cool looking weapon, and it's a good looking skin for a very cool looking weapon. If that's all it takes for you, if you're someone who only plays regular path, the Hespar is more than serviceable, and you can have lots of fun with it. Moving on to our final new thing, we have an armor set, which we have Snowball in here. This is the Moondance Kavat armor, which looks pretty good. Colors very well. Colors like as you'd expect, very similarly to the skin. You can get some like nice, very prime looking visuals for this. For me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Kavat armors that have like a huge mask like this, but I do really like the body of this skin a lot. So if you're someone who wants your cat to be in a mask, then maybe this is exactly what you're looking for. But I think it's a pretty neat armor. Even the default colors I think look pretty good on this one. And that's kind of what's up. So yeah, that's how all of the things look. If you were curious about how any of the new items are. And yeah, hopefully this video has been helpful to you. Short, sweet, and to the good point. Do you like the new cosmetics? I think they're pretty all right. Gonna use the Boltor one at the very least. And probably also this ephemera is gonna get used in a couple spots. All right. Hey, turns out you have to record these more often than I have been. My huge apologies, but thank you very much to all of the patrons who have been sticking with. It is very much appreciated because things got weird during the streamathon. But thank you to Athean, Angel SPM, Arbiter Daydream, Barkus, Benuven, Plotomatic, Brutus Salazar, Canalathra, Dylan Dworsky, Athrain, James Harsthorn, Josh, Bluzanth, Mikokel, Minty Ginja, Michta, Nerve, Ruby, Sanyu, Skur, Sharp247, The Coupon of Death, Waifu Wars, Zeraphir, Alex Barnum, Bob World 3, JC4 Science, and Wodat01, and of course all of the other $5 and $2 patrons. It is extremely appreciated. I'll try and keep this more updated now that the 4 months of Streamathon is over. Good lord. But yeah, lots more guides happening. I think I'm going to be looking to get the site guides like kind of done for at least the CPR, and that's kind of the plan going forward if you're curious on updates for the channel.